Hello and welcome to another episode of Metal Detecting with Lugnut. My back is almost better. I've got a permission in the bag, and hopefully this weekend we'll get to go out and do some metal detecting. But this episode is another, do-it-yourself project, and I think you'll like it. Try it yourself, see what you get. In this project, we're going to transform this sweet gum sapling, which has been dried and cured, into a presentation quality walking stick. We're going to brush down these knobs. I'm going to strip it with a draw knife on my draw knife bench, and we'll put some accessories on it, make it very nice, and give it to the fella who's been helping me with Boy Scouts for the past couple years, because he's earned it. This is the draw knife bench I use. My friend Dave made it for me. You'd see down here I have a rasp and the draw knife. I'll use the rasp to smooth off the bumbles. Then you push this with your foot. Sit back here and run the bark off of it with the knife. It's a really great system. I'm going to do that here for a while, and then we'll look at nice clean stick. Well, I've spent about an hour. We have it stripped, ready for sanding. Once it's sanded, it's ready to accessorize. Now this is the stick that I use. It's got a leather handle, leather strap for the wrist, some accessories, some little bling. I left the inner bark on this one. It's nice chocolate. You can see here where a little blonder where it's been stripped all the way down. And then I also put a rubber foot on it, so as you're walking along, if you place it on a rock, it'll stay there. So that'll be the next step after sanding. Bring it back, show it to you as we go along. There's a little electronic footnote. I prefer the sweet gum for walking sticks because when it cures and dries thoroughly, it's very lightweight, but it's also very strong. Unlike poplar, which is nice and light and straight, poplar is weak and will break much more easily. The sweet gum, if you needed to use your walking stick as a weapon, to fend off a dog or a aggressive hiker, that stick will put a big whooping on somebody or something. So that's what I use it for. It becomes a multi-purpose walking stick. Here's the stick all complete. I've left the dark underbark on this lower piece. Now I'm just going to do some sanding. I've got a couple different grits of sandpaper. So I'm going to smooth this thing up, ready it for the next stage. Well, here it is all sanded. And ready for the accoutrements, which will be a leather handle, a leather strap, a rubber foot, and some decorations. Probably start drilling the hole for the strap and putting the handle on, the leather handle, a hand grip, and then the strap, then the foot. And then it also gets a coating of pharmaceutical grade mineral oil. Now, in order to drill the hole for the leather strap, I've pre-drilled a hole where I want it to go with a small bit. Now I'm going to use the large bit to run this all the way through. Go a little bit on one side. Come in again on the other side. Make sure they meet. There it goes. We're going to use this to clean up the edges. One. There we go. Now I'll sand that down. That'll be ready for the strap. Ready to make the handle for the stick. Take some of my scrap leather. I cut a piece that is able to go around, but not all the way around the stick, and then big enough for your hand. I make the holes for the lacing by do the two corners, then half of that, and then half of that, half. And that makes a nice even set of holes. Pinch that like this. Actually, I'll use two, but then I'll use this to punch the holes. It's good leather punch. Then that'll be ready to put on the stick. The strap is actually, as you can see here, a piece of an old leather belt. I buy those at Goodwill for about $1. That's really good. So this piece right here will be the strap. Then the lacing for the handle. And I'm going to finish it. I'm not sure which of these I'm going to use with the horsehair as a little finishing piece at the end of the lacing. I will put the rubber cement underneath of here, underneath the handle, just to keep it from sliding. Not really to hold it on, but to keep it from sliding off. So let's put those things together, see what it looks like. We narrow up the strap, poke some holes in it, push it all the way through. And you marry up the two sides. We'll sew them up with this. This is actually fishing line, but it isn't monofilament. And then when it's all done, we'll push it inside like that, and there's your strap. I have a small embellishment here I'm going to put on the stick. It's a caduceus. The person I'm giving the stick to is a doctor. This one is actually from a Army Medical Service Corps pin. I had to take part of it off, the M and the S. I didn't show it because I didn't think I was going to be able to do it without destroying it. So let me put this on the stick. I've made some pilot holes. I'm going to tap this in gently with anchoring it with some epoxy. Well, there it is, all tapped in. See, I even bent the wings back along the contours of the stick. I think that looks really good. Well, these are the two things I had to put the tassel through, or make the tassel with. One is, this is a 9mm, this is a 38 special. But since that caduceus is silver, let's use the 38 special to make the tassel at the end of the lacing on the handle. So I'm going to drill this end out, and then what we'll do is when the laces will go through here, then I'll put some more of that horsehair and draw it back in so that the horsehair is sticking out the end. That'll be at the bottom of the lacing. Well, there it is. Stick with handle, strap, tassel, and some accoutrements. All I have left to do now is to oil it and put this little foot on the end. The oil is pharmaceutical grade mineral oil, meaning you could drink it if you wanted to, if you had certain intestinal difficulties, and it wouldn't hurt you. That works really well because unlike linseed oil, it doesn't mildew. Linseed oil can mildew, and it can also turn the stick yellow. So I'm going to rub this oil on here and you can see the difference. Hold on. Well, thanks for joining me on this little crafty adventure. I've been making sticks for a number of years. Most of them have been for presentation purposes. I made two that I traded for a piece of artwork, and two that I did on commission for actual money. This is a presentation piece, and I'll have some of them coming up over here, some of the previous ones, so you can take a look at it. Thanks again for watching. Hopefully my back will be better soon. We can get back to making metal detecting videos. So bye for now.